Hey guys,
Welcome back.
we're here with more whale tales.
Indeed.
So this is our second story that we're doing for this.
And you came up with this prompt,
Yeah, the prompt this month was Dark Pacts.
which I'm totally into.
Yeah.
Even though my story's not as good as last time.
I like mine a little bit more than last time. It has problems, but I'm down with it. So since I chose the prompt, I'll go first.
Jump right into it.
Yeah.
Name your story.
This story is called Syndicus and the Dark Pact.
Oh.
Because I didn't come up with a name until just now.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just jump right in. Here we go.
Dive in.
Syndicus Thorn smiled. At long last, the ritual was complete. The circle was carved into the stone of a desecrated altar, and the three required items were situated in the center. The feathers of a murder hawk, the still-beating heart of a goat, and, most importantly, the left eye of a Kailani seer.
Is he already dark pacting?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I'd get right to it.
That was instant. Mine's like 4 pages in.
But twist, this story happens in Medias Res, so now we're jumping back.
What?
For the Murderhawk feathers, he had traveled deep into the Gyroot bogs, fighting his way through the enormous bloat maggots, mudmen, and other beasts that inhabit that dark place.
Blood maggots? Come on, man.
At long last, he had come to a vast thicket of blood oaks. Crimson... What?
This place is ridiculous. Blood maggots and blood oaks and murder hawks. Who would go there?
Crimson trees in which the Murderhawks nested. However, he would not settle for just any of the birds. Were he satisfied with an average Murderhawk, he would not have needed to journey so far, as the foul creatures could be found across the entire continent of Chiron. He sighted the tallest of the blood oaks and made directly for it. The moment he stepped into the nesting grounds, he heard the sharp cry of many of the monsters, as well as the rustle of wings taking flight. He had been noticed. Surely his quarry would be alerted of his presence in mere moments. The thought did not trouble him. He had considered subtlety and surprise to be cowardly concepts that were beneath him.
Did he need to get, like, specific Murderhawk feathers?
No, he could have got any Murderhawk feathers. He's moving to impress.
Is he impressing someone, or...?
Yeah. He had only ventured a few feet into the Blood Oak Grove when the first Murderhawk descended upon him. They were large, even the smallest among them the size of an eagle. Their wings were coated in razor-tipped feathers, the black and red coloration making them appear blood-splattered even before they made a kill. Their slender legs ended in 4 knife-like talons that were so sharp, legend held they could cut a man without ever even having to touch him. The animal's beak was a long serrated knife. A Murderhawk could descend on a man and disembowel him with its claws while simultaneously ripping his eyes out with its beak, killing him in seconds. Not this man, however. Syndicus was prepared. As the first flying monstrosity dove towards him, the mysterious intruder merely waved a hand, and the attacker burst into flame with a high-pitched squawk.
Fire Murderhawk.
More of the birds descended upon him, but fire flew from his fingertips, and not a single beak or talon ever reached his flesh. He strode deeper into the grove, trailing behind him acrid smoke and the scent of charred remains. Finally, after what felt like hours, he reached the center of the Blood Oak Grove, and immediately saw that he had not traveled so far in vain. There, in the boughs of the tallest tree, sat a nest of incredible size, built not from twig and leaf, but rather bone and sinew. The great nest was easily the size of a house, and entirely crafted from the bodies of those who had been slain by the avian abominations the pyromancer had fought through to reach it.
Damn.
Perched in the nest, staring down its massive beak at the intruder, was the largest Murderhawk the world had ever seen. Dozens, perhaps hundreds, of regular Murderhawks sat in the trees around it, eyeing the visitor intently. So then... sorry. I started doing the Murderhawk voice, but it's not the Murderhawk talking, so I had to stop. So then, the legends are true, Syndicus breathed.
Wait, so Murderhawks talk?
This Murderhawk does.
Oh.
Legends? The great beast rumbled, its voice a shrill cacophony that seemed to appear within one's mind without having to be heard. There was a series of sharp, grating calls that the man realized after a moment must be laughter. They speak of me in your lands, do they, monkey beast? Your people know my name? They know of Mother Riptalon? The progenitor of the Murderhawks. Yes, humanity knows of you. Then why, cackled the monster, would you dare to come and find me? I require something which only you can provide me, came the reply. Oh, and what is that, monkey beast? Your feathers. A great squawking rose up among the assembled birds, but Mother Riptalon silenced them with a ruffle of her feathers. And what makes you think I would give you any of my own feathers? The man grinned, a sadistic light filling his eyes. Oh, Mother Riptalon, I would never be so naive as to assume you would simply surrender them to me, he said, snapping his fingers. Suddenly an orb of pale blue flame appeared in his hand. I intend to take them. Somewhat Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, sorry. My Word document just messed up.
Yeah, that's why I used the magic paper.
Yeah. Somewhat anticlimactically, the mage immediately incinerated the tree in which Riptalon nested, which had two effects. Firstly, the sudden collapse of the tree and nest killed Riptalon, who was too large and heavy to escape the destruction.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's just a big fat-ass bird that can't, move?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And secondly, the flames spread to the other blood oaks as well, burning down the entire grove. Cindricus emerged completely unscathed, clutching a handful of feathers, as the surviving Murderhawks flew off, none daring to attack the man who had just destroyed their home and killed their queen. He still required 2 ingredients for his ritual: the still-beating heart of a goat and the left eye of a Kyrani seer. Figuring that the goat heart would have to be really fresh for it to be beating at the time of the ritual, he opted to obtain the seer's eye next. Luckily, he knew precisely where to obtain such a rare and powerful item. Leaving the Gyroot bogs behind him, he journeyed south all the way to the edge of Chiron. There, near the shore, was a small village he had not seen since childhood. He had hoped to never see it again, but now fate bade him return there at last. The cottage he arrived at was small but inviting. It was not ornate and did not appear well furnished, but neither was it shabby or run down. Seeing it again gave him pause. For the briefest of moments he had doubts. He thought that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to do this. He could turn away now and forget the ritual. But no, he must go forward. He thrust the doubts from his mind and gently pushed open the door, stepping from the dark, moonless night into the candlelit entrance of the house. "Hello," said the woman within, her voice soft and slightly sad. He had entered silently, and she faced away from the door. Even had she not, he knew that she was blind. Yet still she had felt his presence. He supposed he should not be surprised. After all, she was a seer. "Hello," he replied, drawing his knife. "I've been expecting you. For a long time now. So long," she sighed. "I know." He approached her slowly, wary that she might try to resist. Old and frail though she was, as a seer she might have strange magics at her beck and call.
You spelled magic with a K?
Yeah, I did.
It's awesome.
If she did, though, she made no move to summon them. He reached her and held the knife just below her left eye, preparing to extract it. He hesitated a moment. "I'm sorry," he said. "No," she replied, her voice heavy with sorrow. "You aren't." He did his best to make her death as painless as possible. Now all that remained was the still-beating heart of a goat.
No, that was just brutal.
Yeah. For that, he found a guy who knew how to magically extract goat hearts while they were still beating, and paid him to do it. That wasn't really his thing. All his magic was fire-based. He didn't have any goat heart stuff. It cost him more than he would have liked, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? Extracting beating goat hearts was a pretty specific skill set. He couldn't just threaten to take his business to a cheaper goat heart guy.
What the... There's goat heart magic?
Apparently. It's like a really specific branch of biomancy.
Biomancy?
Yeah. It's like, like living creature magic.
Oh.
I mean, the guy probably can extract more than just goat hearts. Like, he can probably just extract hearts.
Do you know that?
I would assume.
I don't think so. I mean, apparently there's goat heart guys, so... Like, that's a specific thing.
Cindricus had arranged the 3 ingredients on a desecrated altar, as he had been instructed, and chanted the dark litany which would complete the ritual. For a moment there was nothing, but then the ground before the altar began to glow white-hot. Flames burst from the earth, and from their center emerged an unearthly, crimson-skinned being wreathed in dark miasma. It stood a full head taller than an average man, and was lean yet muscular. It was naked, but from the waist down it was coated in thick fur with goat-like legs.
Goat-like legs?
Yes, thank you. With goat-like legs, ending in heavy hooves. Fangs jutted from its mouth and horns crowned its head. It had a third eye running vertically down its forehead, which immediately focused on Cindricus and seemed to stare into his very soul.
It's a good thing this is the last story we have to read today.
Yeah, I know. My tongue is being stupid.
Yeah, just cut it off. Did you just summon Satan, by the way?
Maybe. Who dares call forth the demons of the pit?
Okay.
The creature loomed. The creature boomed. The man stepped towards the demon and locked eyes with it, which was somewhat awkward as he didn't have a third eye like the demon did, so he wasn't exactly sure which 2 of the demon's eyes to make contact with. He eventually settled on the 2 regular eyes, and just sort of hoped that the 3rd eye would close and make the situation a little bit less complicated. I call you Demon. I am the master pyromancer, Cindricus Thorn, though most merely call me Cinder. The demon rolled all 3 eyes. What was that? Cinder snapped. Huh? What was what? The demon responded innocently. Did you just roll your eyes at me? Yes, the demon replied. Why? You're a mage specializing in fire spells, and you just happen to have a name that sounds like the word Cinder? That's so apropos it's cliché. I mean, come on. I don't even think Cindricus is a real name. Why would your parents call you something like that? Could they magically tell that you were going to be a pyromancer and decided to name you accordingly? Yes, actually, Cinder replied. My mother was a Kyrani seer, and my father was blessed with a vision of the future when he touched the great moonstone of Cash. They both knew of my talents long before.
Is Cash a place, or is it like this moonstone of money?
Cash is a place.
Okay.
It's spelled K-H-A-S-H.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about that it sounded like money.
Cash money.
Oh, said the demon. This was followed by a long silence, as neither man nor demon really knew what to say. Eventually, the demon shouted, Why have you summoned me, mortal mage? I wish to...
Right.
I wish to bind you to my service, responded Cinder. The demon laughed. Me, one of the foremost demons of the pit, bound to the likes of you? Preposterous. Why would I ever allow myself to... Because I can give you power, interrupted Cinder. Influence far beyond what you have now. In the pit, you're what, a duke? An archbishop? A post of some import, I've no doubt, but ultimately answerable to some greater infernal power. Join with me, however, and you can be master of an entire plane. The demon stroked his chin with a 3-fingered hand. You've caught my interest, mortal, he admitted. I am the greatest mage who ever lived, Cinder boasted. I have traveled the world and never met an equal. Just in summoning you, I have proven this. Those Murderhawk feathers are from Mother Riptile, queen of all Murderhawks. I plucked the eye from the Kyrani seer's head myself. I am the most powerful person in the world. Thus it is my right to rule it, and I can do so with a being like you at my side. If you're so powerful, scoffed the demon, then why do you have need of me? Because I am still but one man, said Cinder. Powerful though I may be, I cannot conquer nations on my own. An army would overwhelm me. But you hold sway in the pit. You could recruit an army of demons to my banner, and together we could lead them against my enemies, striking them down one by one until none remained. The world would be ours for the taking. You make an interesting offer, the demon said. But did you not state I would be bound to your service? So you wish me to provide you with an army to help you conquer the world, and my only reward is to be your servant. That hardly seems worth my time. A poor choice of words on my part, Cinder conceded. I do not intend for you to become a servant, but an equal partner. You supply an army, I supply the tactics and the firepower.
God damn.
The pyromancer grinned as an orb of flame appeared in his palm. The demon put a hand to his face and shook his head. If you ever make a stupid fire pun like that again, I will disembowel you where you stand, he said. He sighed. However, despite your terrible joke, I am intrigued by your plans. Very well, you have a deal. I will return to the pit to draw up the paperwork. Excellent, Cinder replied, grinning wickedly. And now that we are partners, what am I to call you? What is your name? The demon laughed, the sinister noise echoing loudly off the walls. To know my true name would destroy your fragile human mind. To speak it would sear out your tongue and reduce your vocal cords to ash. No, you will never know my true name, human. But if you have need of a name for me, you may call me Bosrofel. Very well. I look forward to doing business with you, Bosrofel. The end.
Oh. Okay. Do you mind if I get my question out of the way?
Go for
it. Is there anything on this continent that isn't the most evil thing in existence?
Yes, you'll find out in my next story.
Okay.
There are good people.
I don't believe you.
Well, what about the Siri that he murdered? She was a good person.
Yeah, well, she's not fucking there anymore. Was that his mom?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, shit. That was the other question I had.
Yeah, I figured you would either ask that or if Bosrofel, if I knew Bosrofel's real name.
Oh, do you know Bosrofel?
I do know Bosrofel's true name.
Would it destroy mortal man's ears?
No, it's Bosrofel. He
Oh.
lied.
Okay.
Yeah, he lied to make himself sound cool.
Oh. I thought it was the whole, like, demon true name trope thing.
Nah.
It was like, oh, if they know your true name, it's a whole bad thing for demons.
Nope.
No, it just doesn't matter. Alright.
Yep. He just wanted to sound impressive.
Oh. Man. Mine is not funny. this week, or month.
Mine wasn't that funny. He killed his mom.
Yeah, that part wasn't funny, but the rest of it was. Apparently, like, the most powerful murder hawk is a fat, useless idiot bird. It can't even move.
It can move, it's just like, the fire happened so fast. It can't move that fast.
He didn't even target the bird, he just burned the tree.
Alright, so your turn.
Okay.
What's your story called?
My Dark Pact story is called Death in the Family.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'll just dive right in. Deep within the Kilmorak Mountains, Manriktara ventured through the wide range in search of a great and massive power. Power enough to make his wildest dreams come true. The power of the mighty Falcon Wraith. So, this time, by random chance, we both had, like...
Evil bird monsters?
Evil bird monsters. And also blue fire, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Was not expecting that to come up in both of ours. Manrik was bruised and cut from his long trek, and seeing as how he was no warrior, he had to hide from every creature that he encountered, from the lowliest goblin to the occasional wyvern deathlord. That's
awesome.
A thing.
I love it.
As he approached a large cave, which he felt in his gut had to be the abode of the Falcon Wraith, a huge mountain ape leapt from a high peak and landed in front of Manrik. The beast roared and sprinted at Manrik, and just as the ape was upon him, a lightning-fast blur shot past Manrik, leaving nothing but a blood stain where the ape once stood. From the cave, loud shrieks and the sound of bones breaking and flesh tearing could be heard. As Manrik approached the cave entrance, yeah, he's fucking no fear, even though he's a useless bitch. A large, clawed Talonfoot stepped from the darkness. The glorious monster stood before him. Falcon Wraith. It stood 10 feet tall with sharp talons for hands and feet, with the body of a white-furred gorilla. Long feathered wings draped over its back like a cape, and the head of a man, which is mostly covered by its huge curved beak lined with razor-sharp teeth, and its sad but piercing green eyes shine through the darkness.
This thing is gross and terrifying.
Yeah. Dude, it's awesome. Covered in blood. Who dares approach my domain? Booms a deep, powerful voice that seems to come from every direction, but the Falcon Wraith's mouth does not move.
So both of our
Yeah, I know.
Both of our horrible bird monsters are also psychic.
Yeah. Or really good at ventriloquism. Stop on the side of their beak.
That's why Manrik is here. Like, teach me your ventriloquist ways.
Yeah. My name is Mandrick. I've come because I heard tale that you grant wishes, and I... Silence! Roared the monster, its mouth still not moving. I do not grant wishes. What I do is grant a massive power for you to do with as you please. However, using this power is extremely dangerous for mere mortals, and will warp or possibly destroy your body. Most men flee after seeing my form, and the rest turn down my offer for fear of their own life. And you, little man, what is your choice? Manrik stood quietly for a moment, before saying, I have to, for my daughter. Without another word, the Falcon Wraith floated towards him like a spectre, and slowly opened his maw wide as he approached, revealing his curved-bladed teeth, dripping with blood and saliva. Wait, what are you doing? Shouted Mandrick, but the Falcon Wraith was already upon him. It grasped him by the head and lifted him off the ground. The pain of the talon squeezing down on his skull was almost unbearable, but it didn't even compare to what came next. The bird demon bit down on Manrick's shoulder. With its beak long enough to reach his chest, the razor teeth entered his heart. Manrick screamed as his body went limp and ceased to function. Suddenly, his body pulsed as the Falcon Wraith's power flowed into him. His veins glowed a bright blue and bulged out against his skin, nearly bursting through. His eyes burst open, exploding with a blue fire. The Falcon Wraith dropped Manrick to the ground, who landed on his feet and immediately launched himself into the sky and took flight towards home. Upon reaching his shack at the base of the mountains, his wife runs out shouting, "Where have you been? Our daughter is dying and you go off running into the mountains." But he walked right past her into the shack. Inside lay a small girl, barely conscious, gasping constantly for air. Manrick approached the bed, a blue energy whirling around his hand. He plunged his hand into the girl's stomach, and while his wife watched horrified and speechless, the blue fire rushed through the girl's body and her breathing returned to normal. However, as that was happening, Mandrake's body burst into flames, and he sprinted out of the shack into the woods. The flames stripped his flesh and melted his body, but underneath it revealed something different. Underneath, there was a green, slimy mutant skin, the flesh of the first frogman.
Yes! 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 I'm so happy!
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you!
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh, that was great.
Okay, reading that all at once, it seemed a lot better than I thought it was.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Falcon Ray.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Never said the Falcon Ray's name. Gave him one too. Boringan.
Yeah.
The dash.
Oh, nice. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah. Oh, also, like there wasn't an exit wound from his daughter's stomach, by the way.
Okay.
It totally worked, like, fine.
So, is he like the... Is this like the only Falcon Wraith, or is it...
There's
it's
more.
Like a species? Okay.
There's not a lot, but like probably like 4.
And do they all like have this ability to like confer power on people?
Yeah.
Groovy.
Like once every like 100 years, there's a Falcon Wraith meeting.
Oh, okay.
Council or something. They decide Falcon Wraith stuff.
So
like how many apes to eat.
So how far in how far in the past, like relative to the first story, is this?
It's probably elves still.
Oh, okay. So this is like quite a while.
Yeah, a few 100 years.
Okay. Cool. That was such a good twist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, you bumped the table.
Yeah.
Oh
wow, yeah, it made the thing all wiggly. That's cool.
Yeah. Remember that one, like, behind the scenes video of Achievement Hunter where they tried to make the dick with the audio levels? It seems like it'd be hard.
Yeah, it does. So is was it like, is there a reason he was specifically like a frogman? Like, because if he's like the first frogman, then presumably this doesn't happen to like everybody who gets Falcon Wraithed, unless he is like the first person to accept it. I know that the one he talked to said that he was the first person, but if there's others, like, was it like a karmic, like he did something bad to frogs in his past or something?
No, it's because he was a weak little mortal man.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He was lucky that he wasn't completely annihilated. Honestly,
see.
Even though being a frogman probably isn't much better.
Awesome. that was so good.
Like, it was the first one, like the first offer that Falcon Wraith gave that like was accepted.
Yeah,
like, there might have been others, and but if there had been, then they probably mutated into something else, or just got all flesh warped, and there's a whole different number of things that can happen. Okay. Usually death.
Cool. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for our next story.
Oh, me too. I already finished it.
Yeah, I know.
You gave me the prompt like 2 days ago, and I was just like, I know what I'm doing with this.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, should we say the prompt now, like on the thing, or just wait?
We might as well say it now.
Okay.
I already know what it is. Prompt for next week is golems/constructs.
Yeah. My Golem story is long. It's like 7 pages.
Damn. Start writing as soon as I have an idea. Should we record the bear thing for one of these? Like a quick little one? Or should we save it for...
I think we should just do it on the Let's Play.
Okay. Look forward to bear story.
Unless it's already happened.
Right. Look back to bear story.
Yeah.
about this dream I had about a bear, apparently. I haven't read it yet. I don't know what's on this. It might suck dick.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has been.
I really like this session.
Yeah.
This is a good...
I think... Yeah, that was definitely your best story yet.
Yeah, I liked it a lot more than my first story.
I liked your first story a lot too, though.
I'm
not sure which of my stories I like better.
I
think I honestly like the second one better a little bit.
Well, I mean, I absolutely like that twist.
Frogman.
I like the twist at the end of the first one too with the elves a lot, and especially like when he tries to fight Ron and just gets owned.
Yeah,
that was
backhanded, unconscious.
Well,
I mean, like his armor goes down to his like hands and gauntlets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Probably has a concussion. Can elves get concussions? Probably. Is there a difference, like, between elves and humans that's more than just, like, pointy ears and being dicks?
Like long lifespans.
Okay.
Greater agility.
Oh, yeah.
An affinity with nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good story month. I'm very excited for Golems.
Yeah. I think, collectively, at least, this has definitely been our best so far.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
Yeah, so look forward to Golems whenever we fucking finish the stories. Whenever I finish my story.
Yeah.
And also we're able to record again.
Yeah. So, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.